NFL players own some of the craziest and most expensive cribs of any athlete.
Let's go inside.
From a shelter that only costs $1 to $20 million mega mansions, a stadium worth over $400 million, and homes of every other price in between. We're only gonna get more expensive as we move on. And starting with the cheapest thing an NFL legend lives in, Ricky Williams was forced out of the NFL and completely disappeared. People were searching for him until all the way in Australia, someone found him in the middle of the woods, living in a tent.
You're living in a $7 a night tent? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I was staying at a hostel and then they had a campground. I'd never camped before. I'd never even pitched a tent and I loved it. On that campground, I just got more in tune with nature. Like, it was amazing.
But alright, living in a tent that costs dollars? That's the cheapest home in this video. Other NFL players live in things that cost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. The homes are only gonna get more expensive, so leveling up, another NFL player lives in a house he can drive. Cause even though Marlon Humphrey signed an NFL contract worth $100 million, he lives in a camper.
This has been my off-season crib, as you see. Pretty nice camper. We got the living room, nice, beautiful couch. This turns into that. Boom, I have slept there before. And then a nice, easy bedroom. We just signed a deal with the Ravens. A new contract means you get a little more money. And my coach is like, why are you living in a camper? It's been funny to tell people I'm living in a camper, but it's been even funnier when they come visit me and then I'm like, this is where I'm living.
But alright, a $60,000 home? That's nothing compared to Antonio Brown's crib that not only costs over triple that, it's something I thought only little kids play with.
Ooh, that's a sports facility right there, baby.
AB's really a grown man excited over a treehouse. But honestly, I don't even blame him. It has a spiral staircase that leads to a living room with 4 TVs, has its own bed with crazy views of his backyard, and there's even a hidden bathroom. But black things he puts in his ass only add to why this treehouse costs $200,000, which is still way cheaper than Max Crosby's home. That's helping him make millions. The money's been rolling in ever since Max copped his first crib.
Come on in, homie.
From having a huge painting of himself in his living room, to a kitchen full of meal prep, and even a gaming room with underglow on his movie theater seats, Max also keeps some secrets in his closet. Designer shoes, plenty of Nikes, and of course a few custom pairs. Not to mention, he's even got an outdoor pool with a basketball hoop, and little did Max know, buying this home would actually make him money. After he got it a few years ago for $480K, it's already worth almost $750K and only becoming more valuable. But a house with 2 floors? That's nothing compared to Jamar Chase's condo with 4 floors.
Just came out the other side of the elevator. Look at this view.
Jamar was hyped when he finally found his dream spot, cause he spent hours whipping through the city looking at places to live until he found this. A condo where the first floor had a huge kitchen, even though he can't cook.
Where you gonna put your
I'm just
eggs
strong,
with it?
bro.
Do you know how to crack an egg?
Bruh.
The second floor has a massive shower, a room with views of the city, and a walk-in closet for all of his drip or whatever the hell he calls these fits.
Dude! What the f?
Here on the 3rd floor, it comes with its own pets.
Fish tank. Don't even look real.
Then finally, he could take an elevator up to his favorite part.
Oh, look at this view. You literally can see every part of the city right here. I love to wake up and just come outside and see this every day. You can see the river from here, and you can see the stadium from here too, so that's perfect. This is a perfect spot, you know what I'm saying?
To Jamar, this was the perfect place, and I'd hope so, cause this much space cost him $1.6 million. But Odell Beckham spent over double that on a crib with its own mall.
It looks like he has an Adidas store in his house.
People were gassing up what Odell's got inside, and I ain't even talking about his 3-car garage. His crib's got a pool in the back, of course, a barn he turned into a gym. On the inside, he's got a hallway full of signed jerseys that lead to a movie theater. Man has his own custom sports bar, a gaming room where he's always playing Warzone.
He's down. He's down. Oh, he down.
And a spot to play COD ain't even what makes his crib so expensive. It's the closet he's always kicking it in. He basically turned his home into a mini mall because there's outfits everywhere, and honestly, more shoes than a damn Foot Locker. This place is every sneakerhead's dream. But at least Odell's mall only cost him $3.6 million. Cause Tyreek Hill's even more expensive home almost cost him his life.
There's a fire! There's a fire!
Now, things weren't always that scary for Tyreek's family, cause at first, he was honestly extremely proud of his new home. With a driveway of classic cars, rooms to play pool, and even arcade games, he was also hyped taking everyone on a tour of the backyard with 2 separate guest houses and a dunk tank on his basketball court.
Everybody know I love basketball, man. Basketball is where I really supposed to be at, you know, hooping against Bron, them, Kyrie, them, Westbrook, them.
But just when Tyreek fully moving in was almost finished up, it all came burning down.
There's a fire! There's a fire! I don't know what to do. I need your help. We set the water in there?
No, I need for you to get everyone outside. I need for you guys to get to safety.
His wife panicked, calling 911, while Tyreek rushed to get his family out of the house. Apparently, a lighter their son messed with caused part of the house to burst into flames and sent smoke throughout the entire neighborhood. Thankfully, Tyreek made it out safely, but his $7 million mansion was completely destroyed. Damn, that's not lit. But let's lighten the mood a bit, because Patrick's Mahomes isn't just more expensive, it's turning him into a sports goat. With a private lake to fish, a spot to golf, and a custom football field, the inside of the Mahomes even has a basketball court that one time he turned into a party for his kid's birthday. He also has a trophy room just to flex while he's becoming an NFL GOAT, and just like his last crib, I'm sure he had to put all these shoes somewhere too. But even his $8 million home wasn't as expensive or set a record like Deion Sanders' mega mansion. See, Deion can only whip around like that because he has over 100 acres of land and, just look at how big his mansion is. My garage in GTA ain't even as big as his in real life.
Old school, couple of toys.
His crib also has an exercise room with mini jumbotrons, a full bowling alley, and a spot with an indoor pool. Deion even has the biggest kitchen, biggest bed, and biggest indoor basketball court that honestly I've ever seen. But having a movie theater and being the fastest NFL legend to watch new FieldFlix videos ain't the only record he set. Deion's crib is also the biggest house in Texas history, so that's why it cost him $13 million. But even record-breaking homes ain't more expensive than what this next NFL legend owns.
I'm LT. Come on in, let me take you on a tour.
LaDainian Tomlinson's crib starts with a private sports bar and 6 TVs, signed memorabilia from his favorite running backs. He's even got a golf simulator room and a smoke shack with only the most expensive long and brown things to put in his mouth.
See, no wrapper on this. That means it's the real deal.
On the outside is where the house really gets expensive, because it not only has decorations from the movie Scarface.
It reminds me of the movie Scarface. That was the type of ball he had in his house.
There's an outdoor kitchen, a massive pool with a lazy river, and even though his crib costs $20 million, we all know how horny I am for a garage full of supercars, man. I love that. But even cars like these don't compare to the car that Tom Brady bought that was so rare. He needed to buy it its own paradise. Cause when a car brand Brady's always reppin', Aston Martin, was debuting a new crazy looking supercar, not only was it always something I'm whipping around in Forza, Brady needed it in real life. So once he saw the reveal, all he could say was, I'm gonna need a bigger garage. And not long after, he copped this. Brady's mansion not only sits on the water and is so big, you need a drone just to fit all of it in the camera. It has 2 garages with enough space to fit his new $1.3 million supercar, which is exactly why the crib overall cost him $23 million. But Aaron Rodgers spent even more, just to live on one of the most famous beaches in the world. Here in Malibu, California, Rodgers' crib sits up on a hill and it doesn't just have plenty of rooms to kick it. It's got insane views because of balconies all over. And even though it has all of that, combined with a nice pool, just looking at the house, you're probably thinking, why the hell is this small ass crib so expensive? Well, the home gives Rodgers private access to the El Sol Beach, one of the most famous and expensive beaches to live on in the entire world. That's why his crib costs $28 million. But living in a mansion on the beach definitely ain't more expensive than a player that lives in a castle on a mountain. Cause Clay Matthews, copped this crib in the mountains of Calabasas that doesn't just have the best views I've ever seen, man. He's got a basketball court right next to a crazy pool. On the inside of Clay's castle is even crazier though, cause there's a game room, an office with an 800-gallon aquarium, then man's got a huge wine cellar and a walk-in, no, scratch that. He damn near got a run-in closet. Finally, a place this crazy wouldn't be complete without an underground 10-car garage that has built-in Tesla chargers. But just when you thought a $30 million castle was the most expensive place that any NFL player sleeps, Chad Ochocinco lived in something that cost over 15,000 times that, a $455 million stadium.
You used to live in the stadium too.
I stayed in the stadium the first 2 years. I didn't want to spend any money. The NFL stadium has a player's lounge. It has a couch. It has a kitchen. It has food. It has shower. What am I going to buy a place for and everything I need is right here where my job is? What's the point?
When you first decided to live there, like who'd you ask? Like how did that process start?
I didn't even have to ask. I just never left.
You just set up like a bed?
Yeah. You don't need for a bed. There's a player's couch. They have the finest of couches.
You slept on the couch?
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Did you jerk off in the stadium?
No. Why would I do that?
I'll tell you what, I don't buy it. I believe you beat off in the stadium.
No shower jerks at all?
Come on, guys. Of course not.
I don't know what's crazier. That question, or the fact that dude lived in this team's facility for 2 years. I mean, just look at this thing, man. It's not only one of the biggest NFL stadiums, it was built for $455 mil. But at least clicking this video ain't that expensive, man. It's free. Like, what are you doing? This video's over. Click it.